If we get the contract, send it. Send it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, my friend. Just send the contract. I'll sign it. Let's go. The people want to see it, mate.
Live in Las Vegas, Keith One-Time Thurman. I mean, wouldn't be Las Vegas without you, right?
I mean, it's great to be back. I promise you that.
Now, before we chat all things Tim Tszyu, I want to chat about the main event too, because no one is qualified enough to comment on Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios as the guy who, outside of Brock Jarvis, his last two fights were the main event. So can you give me a rundown on the main event?
Yeah, Barrios just turning his career around, right? Similar to what Tim Tszyu is trying to do. Because Barrios took back-to-back losses, Tank Davis, Keith Thurman, to become champion of the world once again. And so this is just that comeback story that you want when you love a great comeback story, And here he is fighting the legendary Manny Pacquiao, the only one to blemish my career in 2019. And from what I can assess, Pacquiao has always been notorious for that speed, for that footwork, for that power. And Mario Barrios is he's a great fighter. He's not scared. He has great composure. He has a good jab, and he's willing to trade with anybody, And so is that the kind of fight that we're going to see? Is he going to bring more strategy and tactics? Is he going to make the old man work for it? Or are they just going to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow? I believe that Barrios should step in with some strategy, him and his team, some strategy, because Barrios is not notorious for the greatest defense, which can be a problem fighting a crafty veteran like Manny Pacquiao. I remember when I was fighting him, he's the only person outside of my beautiful sparring partner and legendary champion Winky Wright to hit me with the right hook, left uppercut, right? As a southpaw, to throw the right hook and then the left uppercut, and not just throw it as a combination, but throw it in a timing pattern where it goes, boop, you bring them so close together, boop, two different angles, and so it ends up looking like this, bing, bing. So they touch you on this side, and then they bop you on this side, bing, boom, and that's the thing that Pacquiao brings. In the late in the round, he got a flash knockdown in round 1 against me, and then later in the fight, round 10, he was able to land a very unpleasant body shot. It didn't drop me, but I promise you, if I'm saying it was unpleasant, that means it was unpleasant, people. All right, and I was able to stay up on my feet. But I think that's what Pacquiao's going to do. He's going to have to work his angles, go for the head, go for the body, and just know that, the opportunity is going to be there because Barrios is not notoriously the most defensive of fighters. Pacquiao may be vulnerable at this age and at this stage. And, I think we're going to have a good fight because when you have two people that are vulnerable, someone's going to get hit. Someone's going to get caught. And somebody hopefully will be able to dominate early on, and then we'll see if anybody can turn the tides from there.
It's an awesome matchup and one we can't wait to see. One that we thought we were going to see was Thurman Tszyu. Now, a lot of the stuff when it got announced that Sebastian Fundora was about to put his belt on the line for Tim Tszyu, it's like, What about Keith? You went a little bit radio silent, and we're like, what? Keith hasn't spoken. I think everyone thought that.
Well, I can't make him sign the contract. Hey, No Limit. What happened, No Limit? I guess you got some limits over there in Australia, man. You got limits. I went over there. I cooked up the kangaroo, and then y'all just scrimmaged away from Thurman real quick. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at his team. Just like me, we all want to be champions once again. Maybe Thurman Tszyu could potentially still be on the table. If he wins tomorrow night. Winning tomorrow night would put him back to championship status. If we get the contract, send it. Send it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, my friend. Just send the contract. I'll sign it. Let's go. The people want to see it, mate. I was over there in your city and your town with your people coming for you. So please, Tszyu, don't run away. Don't play hide and seek. Peekaboo, I see you. Now, at the end of the day, I still think Fundora is just an awkward matchup. You know, I believe both fighters can do better against each other.
Yeah.
So who is really gonna win is a question. What I love about what I see from Zoo this year over what Zoo was bringing to America last year is he got that bitter taste in his mouth of defeat, and that made him look in the mirror and reassess himself and ask these hard questions that we have to do as fighters. And the question is, do I really want to be champion of the world again? Luckily for him, it was an easy question, and it's yes. Now the next question is, so then what do I do about it? And what you have to do is sharpen your tools, sharpen your defense. He took too many hooks from the Russian. He was walking in. He just thought he could walk through people, you know? And he learned some tough lessons. But that's what life is all about sometimes. Sometimes it's the tough lessons that mold the man. And so I see a Tim Tszyu that is molding himself to be a better fighter, who should be able to do a better performance. But like I said, that does not take away the difficulty of the challenge that he has ahead of himself with this Fundora fight.
Do you think he wins? What sort of sway are you giving this? Is it 50-50? Is it 60-40?
I'm still 50-50 because this is a revenge match for Tim Tszyu. And Fundora should be aware of that. And with that in his awareness, he should know that Tim's going to come harder. He's going to come more prepared. And the way he won the first match will not be the way he's going to be able to win the second match.
Yeah.
But in the first match, neither man prepared for one another. Fundora being knocked out previously, he had a reason to be timid, a reason to be safety and cautious and work behind that jab and not take a lot of risk. And it wasn't the most entertaining of tactics, but it got him the victory. It made him champion. But now that they're actually training for each other, knowing that Tim Tszyu's going to come in, knowing that he's going to want to make a statement, I think Fundora is going to need to open up more to get Tim Tszyu's respect on this round. You know, I think he's going to have to work for that respect, and he's going to have to throw those uppercuts. He's going to have to throw some more hooks to the bodies. He was working behind the jab, but he wasn't throwing the 1-2 and the 3. I'd like to see the 1-2 up top and a long hook to the body. You know, me obviously preparing for Tszyu, I don't think a lot of people have gone to his body throughout his career. Yeah. You saw what I did when I was in Australia. The commentators said, "Oh, we're really impressed how Thurman is going to the body in the early rounds here." You know, it's a tactic to break down very tough fighters. And the Australian mindset, since I was over there, I watched a few cards. The Australian fighters are very tough. Remember, I was calling him Mexican Zoo. What are you going to do, right? and that's something I got from a lot of the ex-world champions and a lot of the tough Mexicans that I fought coming up when I was early on in the top 10, is you got to get to that body early. So I'm really interested in the tactics that both fighters bring in the ring. I'd take it 50-50 because I know they're both going to do better. And so I think the question mark of who's winning is still out there. And I'm willing to take the Tszyu fight. We have our history. We were supposed to have our fight night. But I'm also willing to get in the ring with Fundora if he ends up, for the second time, being victorious and shutting out Tim Tszyu.
So you just want the winner? That's you.
I'm just strapped, 154, you know? I'm coming. Last year, when I was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu, they said, you can fight Tim Tszyu, but you do not, if you win, you don't get to take the world title. It was because of my inactivity.
Yep.
Well, luckily, you guys got me back in action down under. That's got me ranked number 8. So if I sign a contract against the world champion, that belt will be on the line. And that's what makes the Thurman Tszyu fight, I think, fun. If we were able to make that happen, we have a lot of history, we have a lot of backstory, preparation, anticipation, and it can make an interesting fight. But he has to get through Fundora, that towering inferno, and he ain't putting out that fire, you know, anytime soon.
If he puts out that fire, fingers crossed, it's Thurman Tszyu in maybe Sydney. That'd be great.
If your
I'd love-
boys want it, y'all want the big fights, you want the big action. You saw what I bring. You saw what I bring. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. You know the fight hype, man. I think a lot of the Australian people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, they love the build up. So if No Limit Promotion wants to put together one of the most exciting fight cards that they've ever done in fight history in Australia, I think Thurman Zoo would be that kind of fight.
Well, we would love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Thank you.
The Australian fans actually really love you. So
Yeah.
that's fun because you're a good fun. So we can't, and you can fight like a demon. So I mean, two great things. Keith Thurman, look out for him. If there's a winner there, we could see him down under. But if not, he's the strapping up at 154. That's what he wants
Now
to
I'll
do.
bridge up on you, boy. I'll bridge right up on you, boy.
Yeah. Keith Thurman, one time.
One time.